It's Thursday, which means we're going to think like an entrepreneur, and today we are going to talk about the most important concept that you have to master as an entrepreneur. Welcome to Think Like an Entrepreneur Thursday. I'm your host, Erin Smith, owner and founder of the Starters Club and author of the best-selling book, Master the Start. And welcome to today's video where we are turning our mindsets from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur and what that means. And so today what I want to talk about is a really important topic, one of the most simple things you can understand and realize and work towards as an entrepreneur, yet one of the hardest things for so many people to do. You know, we've talked about in other videos about this whole idea of what entrepreneurship is, you know, the making it rain, the beautiful lifestyle, all of these great things. And that is definitely an eventual thing in your business. There's a lot of hard work that has to get there. But one of the most important concepts that you should grasp immediately and continue to work yourself towards is working yourself out of a job. This was a thing that was really hard for me to grasp, and a good mentor of mine brought this up as his biggest piece of advice, and he's definitely a multimillionaire working his way towards billionaire status, so he knows just a little bit what he's talking about. And for me, you know, it was really hard because I had this mindset, and we talked about this when I talked about hiring on another episode, but you get stuck. Like, you are the only person who can do this job well. Other people are going to screw it up for you, and you want to control this thing that you've created. And it's very natural as an entrepreneur to want to do that, but you've got to let go, because what ends up happening is you get so tied to this business that you can't go on vacation, that the business will fall apart without you, and that's the last place you want to be. If that's how you want to run your business, and you might as well go to corporate America where you have a little bit more safety and you're still at somebody else's mercy. In this case, you're just a business owner at the mercy of your own business. So you have to grasp the concept of working yourself out of a job. So what are the things that can happen where it doesn't take you to do it? I know when you start a business, you're going to be wearing a lot of hats. Either you're going to be hiring people to fill those hats or working on partners, and that's, again, another episode. But in this case, I want you to focus on the things that you can build your company in a way that you can work yourself out of jobs. Jim Collins, I was blessed to see him speak recently. He's the author of From Good to Great, and he talked about the 10 principles that make a company great. And one of them was the ability to exist and function without the owner. And that a lot of times that's very difficult for a company to do. And so your job as an entrepreneur is, even when you're just starting, how can you set the processes in place to begin to hire? How can you start to teach and train the people that work for you to think like you do, or to understand how the business runs the way you want it to run? And it's not about holding all of that information in your head. It's about figuring out how you can communicate and train other people to essentially, I don't want to say think like you do, because that's not necessarily what you want. However, but to get them to run the business like you want it to be run, and essentially without you. So I know this is a difficult concept. I know a lot of times people are like, but I want to hang on to it. And the freedom, the happiness, the ability to let go comes in when you can hire people that you trust to build that company. Enjoyment of being a business owner happened is when I finally let that go. When I realized other people could do it just as well, if not in some cases better than I did. I'm not great at everything. I can't be great at everything. And so if I'm trying to control everything, I'm actually probably missing out on opportunities because I don't know everything about every single topic when it comes to business. That's not my strength. I do creative things well. I do the other things well, marketing well. I don't do books well. It's just not my strong point. So to try to hang on to these certain things is just not what you should be doing as an entrepreneur. And of course, those other things even that you're good at, again, you should be hiring people to help you and support you in those things so you can work yourself out of a job. So this is by far, if there's anything you take from these videos, it's to learn how to work yourself out of a job. It's crucial. And that, I will tell you, I promise you, is where the true kind of relaxation, the happiness, the letting go, and reaping the rewards of an entrepreneur are all about. So today, start thinking about some of the things you can let go. And maybe it's not letting go today. Don't let them go today, but how can you start thinking about the processes in place, documenting those processes, and getting to a place that maybe in a couple months, 6 months, even a year from now, you can start hiring people to do that. And you're going to be very grateful that you did. So stop holding it all up here and stop trying to control everything. As always, this is Erin Smith. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to share below, I'd love to hear from you and hear what it is you're going to let go of your business. And maybe, just maybe in the comments, you might find somebody who can help you do just that. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.